My husband has a TFSA that's worth about $80,000 and he has $116,000 worth of TFSA contribution room. And you might be wondering how that's possible. If you are new here, my name is Janine. I'm a financial educator and I am on a mission to teach women how to build their wealth so that they can live their richest lives. I've been doing this for about 14 years and I've been passionate about building wealth the entire time. Now, I've been married to my husband for 10 years now, and we have been on a journey together, to say the least. We've gone through purchasing 2 homes together. We've had a child who is now 5 years old. We have taken time off work for study leave. We have switched jobs. We have gone into entrepreneurship. We have done so much. And with all of that chaos comes the ups and downs of managing your money together as a couple. Now, we have tried to be as strategic as we possibly can with our investments, also understanding that when we got together, we both really didn't have very much money. So when I'm talking about my husband's TFSA, I am also under the impression that all of our assets, if we were to split, would be 50-50. So I would get half of his TFSA, he would get half of my TFSA. But you might be wondering how he can have an $80,000 TFSA and be able to contribute $116,000 worth of contribution room. So 2025 is a bit of a wild year for us, and we have had many of those wild years. I feel like that's just life. We had unpaid maternity leaves and top-ups and job switches and all of the things that kind of every normal couple deals with. And so over the years, we've had to pull money out of our TFSAs at times, and we've had years where we've really focused on contributing to our TFSAs, and 2026 is going to be one of those years. We also moved in 2025. We purchased, where I'm sitting right now, our hopefully forever home, and that required a lot of moving some money around with the bank. So there was some substantial withdrawals out of our TFSAs, with more coming out of his TFSA in 2025, with the focus hopefully in 2026 to be rebuilding those TFSAs. Again, going back to the fact, how can he have $134,000 of contribution room and an $80,000 TFSA when the lifetime maximum contribution room is $109,000? Well, I'm here to tell you, every year that you're 18 and a resident of Canada, you get TFSA contribution room. So in 2026, anyone who is over the age of 18 will get $7,000 of contribution room for their TFSA. Now, if you take that $7,000 and turn it into $1 million, you're never taxed on that money again, which is fantastic. But if you pull that money out, you're able to recontribute it to your TFSA. Now, the government isn't going to track what part of that was gains and what part of that was actually your original contribution. That would be a headache for literally everyone, and I'm actually not sure how you'd be able to do it. I think maybe with a lot of spreadsheets. Regardless, what happens is when you pull money out of your TFSA, whether it's $1 or $200,000, on January 1st of the following year, you're able to recontribute that amount of money. So we grew his TFSA to a point where it was worth more than the amount we had contributed. And in doing so, when we pulled out that money, we have been able to recontribute more than we actually were able to contribute should we have just opened a TFSA tomorrow. So that is one really key thing about the TFSA, is never pull money out when it's at a loss. And if your investment has lost a lot of money and you pull it out, if you had a $10,000 investment and it went down to $5,000 and you pulled it out of your TFSA, you wouldn't get to recontribute that $10,000. You would only get to recontribute that $5,000. So this can work the other way too, which is why you have to be careful. So if you're going to pull money out of your TFSA, make sure that you're in a gain position. So one of our goals for 2026 is not to max out our TFSA. I don't think we can come up with $130,000 in TFSA contribution room in 1 year. But one of our long-term goals is absolutely to max that TFSA out with a focus on contributing as much as we can to our TFSAs in 2026. Of course, we're still going to take into account any employer matching that either of us might receive and focus on our RSPs first. But I did want to illustrate just how powerful the TFSA can be and how you can actually turn your TFSA into a wealth building machine that allows you to actually pull money out and recontribute more back to your TFSA that you can hopefully grow to 7 figures in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.